Ephemeris is a turn-based space strategy game with fully 3D real-time battles. In this video, we continue looking at the combat in Ephemeris. In the last video, we went through basics of the Squadrons stationary and evasive modes, and the basics of damage. In this video, we look at splitting and merging of squadrons, formations, main weapon class, and engage modes. Like explained in the last video, ships are moved as units called squadrons. The player may want to split or merge squadrons during combat, and that is possible. It has, for example, morale effects. To split squadrons, press Shift while dragging a selection. To split the current selection from the original squadron, give them some command, like movement. A new squadron is then formed. You can add ships to the selection individually too. As you see, there are now 3 squadrons instead of 1. If you want to merge squadrons, just target another friendly squadron or squadron card. Let's move one squadron here and make the other ones join it. Let's set its formation to be X2. Once the squadrons reach the target squadron, they join it. Ships of different hulls can join the same squadron. As you can see, different kinds of ships behave a little differently to each other. If a squadron has ships with different speeds, they move at the pace of the slowest one. Only ships of similar size can join the same squadron. For example, these frigates can't join this squadron of corvettes. The formation of the squadron can be set from the formation button. The wall is a basic formation for a squadron. If that is too tight, for example, X formation can be set. The formations seen here are not final and they might change. Regardless of the formation, ships will go as close as they need to shoot with their weapons, so the formation will change accordingly. The ships in the squadron change formations while they are doing any task they are ordered to do, like flying around. In evasive mode, the formation is not kept. Suppose that some ships in a squadron have been destroyed. The ships don't start to correct the formation immediately. If you add more ships to that squadron, they join their positions neatly. Weapons have damage types kinetic and energy. The shots themselves can be flying projectiles or instantaneous beams. But one important differentiator between weapons is its size, which is small, medium, large, or huge. Size of the weapon has a big effect on its range. Therefore, every squadron has to choose its main weapon class. These are the weapons the ships in the squadron considers their main weapons and chooses their range to their targets considering these weapons. For example, a ship might have a large cannon used to snipe targets from afar, but also small weapons with turret mounts to defend itself with. In this case, it might be desirable to set the main weapon class as large. As you can see, when I change the main weapon class to a smaller size, the ships move closer. Main weapon class can also be set to missiles, which are quite different from other weapons mentioned so far, since they have much longer range and they have limited ammunition. Missiles can also be toggled on and off, because you might want to conserve the limited ammo. Let's look at this scenario where two squadrons meet. Only my ships have missiles. In this case, I want to set my main weapon class to be missiles. As you can see, missiles can be launched even when not directly aiming with them. Missiles are depleted, I can set the frigates to attack at a closer range. By the way, just look at how these missiles are evenly guided to their targets. They are smart not to waste potential damage shooting at the same ship too much, and if their targets are destroyed, they change to any remaining targets. Then engage modes. This setting means how the squadrons deal with any enemies they happen to encounter. Focus means the ships will ignore everything else except the targets that were assigned for them. Fire at will means the ships will fire at any enemies they happen to pass by at will. Note that because of the physics-based movement, ships don't have to stop their movement or have rotating turrets to do so. If they have the correct velocity, they can just turn and shoot at the enemy while floating on the correct flight vector. The last one is engage at will. This setting means that ships will stop to actively attack and chase any enemy ships that they happen to encounter. Once those enemies are destroyed, they continue with their original command. Now let's see some shooting action against moving targets while trying different settings. This concludes going through the Squadron settings. Please support our Indiegogo campaign, wishlist Ephemeris in Steam and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.